The things we're going to be talking about today are things that we have allowed to drive our lives, when in reality we ought to be on the driver's seat of our lives. You get to decide who you want to be, what you ought to do and what you ought not to do, and it's all up to you. But sometimes life, society tends to give us some things that we live by, and hence predicts our future and just limits us to say, you can be this, you can do this, you can't do this, you can't go there. And these are the things that I want us to tackle today, if you indeed stay tuned. So stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Yumi, and this is your self-help, self-development channel where we tackle different matters, especially matters of the mind, because the right mind is the right body. Everything that we do is a manifestation of what we think, or at least what we think we are. So today we are looking at things that you have allowed to drive your life. And number one, our parents. I love my parents. I know you do too. We love our families, but sometimes they tend to drive our lives where we think and we believe that their opinions matter so much that they should always be a goal. When we forget that they have lived their lives, they have reached where they maybe wanted or maybe did not want to reach, but then at the end of the day, you have your own life to live and you get to decide who you want to be. Sometimes our careers are chosen by our parents. What we should do, how we should look, how we should appear and behave in the society is actually chosen by our parents. And it is okay when you are young, because you are groomed in the morals that they want you to grow. But as you grow older, as your knowledge expands, when you get out there, it's so hard, because now you are bombarded with limited belief systems and just the shoulds and should not do, when sometimes you need to go some places alone. Your parents are not going to be there for you always. They're not going to be there for you always in every circumstance and every situation. And so sometimes it's important that you stand up for yourself and stand up for what you think is right and what you are convinced that you ought to do at the moment. You know, it's hard to confront parents. I get that. I'm a daughter also, and it's crazy just like confronting them, but sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to try new things, and your parents, you need to reach a point where you can negotiate, where sometimes they understand and must support your vision. Okay, if you don't stand up for yourself, nobody else will, and you're going to be conformed to your parents' wills about your life, and you end up living what they want you to live instead of living who you are supposed to live, who you are meant to live. Okay, so if you must sit them down, sometimes sit them down and say, this is what I want to do and I want you guys to support me. If I make a mistake, I'm gonna come back to you because I love you, you are my parents, but I need to go out there and try out what I think is right for me. If you are brave enough to do that, you're going to be crazily unstoppable. Number two are our friends. Now sometimes we try so hard to fit in, and if some type of people accept us and they're our friends, then we want to please them always so that they can stay in our lives. Been there, done that. It sucks. You don't want to be in that place because it's so limiting. You can't express your true self because maybe they hate what you love, and you'll be like, no, it's I also hate that. When it's like, no, that's like my favorite food. You hate it, it's fine. I love it. Let's just leave it at that. There's a lot of how you look, how you sound, what you do. Don't be limited and conformed by friends. If you are your real you, it's okay to be alone for a while, but the right people must love you for who you really are, and they are going to stay in your life if they are the right people for you. Unlike you being all fake just to keep some company that doesn't even deserve you. Maybe what makes you different, it makes you outstanding and makes you special. So bring it out there. Some people are going to think you're a weirdo, you're a freak, but it's all right. I mean, you'll find somebody that you can be freaks with together and everything will turn out fine. What I know for sure is that you're not alone, and friends that are meant to be your friends are going to be coming. They're going to come in your life and you're going to be friends with. Just don't do anything just to please somebody that is in your life, especially a friend that they should stay. That is not the right way to go. Number three are our bad habits. Habits are things that we formulate on our own, but once they are built up, they begin to control you. And when they control you, they control the rest of your life. And it's like they've got a mind of their own, and you're just like mandated to do what you're always used to do, and that's not really good. So if you know that you have adapted to bad habits that you know they are not taking you anywhere, you need to take charge of your life. Stand up for yourself and say, I need to stop this. They don't have control over you. They got no power over you. You get to decide what you want to do and what you don't want to do, okay? And I know it's going to be hard. In a later video, I'm going to talk about examples of bad habits that maybe are distracting you and how you can actually bombard them and just like, no, end those bad habits. I'm going to talk about that later. But if bad habits are controlling your life, you have to decide to not let them do that anymore, okay? Number 4 and last tip are our fears and our insecurities. And the one thing that you should understand is that whatever we fear, whatever we're insecure about, is just in our head. And sometimes you find that you're so insecure about doing things, about what you can do, and you're so afraid that you just keep quiet and decide not to do it. Try to speak it out. Try to tell somebody. If you think, I mean, you know how to do something, right? And you tell somebody, do I really know how to do this? I feel like I can't. I feel like I'm not able to. It sounds even sillier when you say them out loud, because people are like, what? Seriously? Boo, you're good. Like, you're doing it. And then you're encouraged like that. So fears and insecurities are just in your head. They're just your ghost in your head. Don't let them get to you. You need to fight them. Act despite the fear, act despite your insecurities, and just see where it goes. I mean, it's better to try and fail than to not try at all, because then you have really failed before you even try. So don't let your fears and insecurities, whatever you're insecure about, somebody out there loves what you're insecure about. So just put yourself out there and make sure that you live your life. Don't let these 4 things drive your life, because you are in the driver's seat of your life. You get to decide who you want to be, and if you decide that, nobody and nothing can stand in your way. It is possible, people. I urge you to just work on whatever you've been working on, your projects, your goals. I mean, it's very possible, but it takes you to believe in yourself. Before that, they're just dreams without a deadline, and they're not goals. Thanks so much for watching. I hope I made sense, and if I did, please do remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing for more content like this one. This has been Margaret Yumi. Bye bye for now.